Hello and welcome to Anthony's Brick Builds, and today we'll be going over every single LEGO Star Wars set that is coming out in August 1st, 2025. We'll be going over all these awesome sets with you guys today, but before we go further on into this video, please sure to like, share, and subscribe to the notifications button on if you have not already. It really does help out the channel and make a lot of the stuff that you see on the channel happen. So we're going to jump right into the least exciting to the most exciting, at least in my opinion. We have the 75414, the Forest Burner Snow Speeder, a pretty funny name with 349 pieces. This set's going to retail for $55. I think it's a little high, but probably the most exciting thing about this is that new windscreen piece they're using for the snow speeder. Really cool. And if I actually see this set for clearance at Target or something, definitely going to get it because it does look really cool with the flame color. It reminds me of like a 1932 Ford Model A hot rod. That might have been like the inspiration for this because it really looks good. We have Sid Griebling, Darth, Deb, and Solist in this set. I really like the Solist's lightsabers. They're purple with a chain between them. And also we have Sid Griebling's lightsaber, which is an orange color, which I think is a first for LEGO Star Wars. Pretty fun set. It also comes with a cool staff build as well as a pretty cool looking spear build. Now, next on this list is going to be the 75433 Jango Fett's Starship Playscale Edition. 707 pieces are going to retail for $70. It includes young Boba Fett, Jango Fett, and I believe his name is Lama Su. So a pretty extensive lineup for this, and I'm very excited about it. It's going to be cool. You get that Lama Su minifigure, which I don't think you would get in any other set, and it's all right. I'm definitely not going to get day one since I had the UCS Slave one, and it doesn't really mean anything if I get the other one. It's just not something that I'll personally get, but it is pretty cool, and that minifigure is probably the driving force for that set. The shaping of it's really nice. It has some great angles to it, and probably the coolest thing about this set is you can fit Jango Fett and Boba Fett in the cockpit. You can see on the box art just behind Jango Fett, Boba Fett's head poking out behind him. So that's a pretty cool design by the designer. So it is a cool set, not one I'm going to be picking up though. Up next, we have probably a set that I'm definitely going to be picking up for a lot of mocks. The set 75432, the V19 Torrent Starfighter with 567 pieces. That's going to retail for, I believe, $70. Very expensive, so yay, expensive LEGO Star Wars sets. So this is going to be a pretty nice one, and it includes General Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars with arm printing, a clone pilot without the fin, so that's going to be a great comparison, and a Asajj Ventress. So 3 killer minifigures, and right now the clone pilot looks to be the best clone coming out in August, so I'm very happy about that. It looks amazing. And just going over some of the images, there's some Technic pieces which is leading some fans to believe that it'll be like the 2008 2007 one where you have that really cool mechanism to open and close it, but personally I think it's just going to be some hinge pieces, and I don't think they're going to be going all out on this. But if I'm wrong, I'll be very happy if I am. And unfortunately though, that the clone pilot has to lay down in the cockpit. That's happening a lot with these sets, all the way from like Jedi Bob Starfighter to many other sets that have been coming out recently, and like the T6 Jedi Shuttle. It happens a lot. So I am very excited about this one. It's going to be great in my Battle of Geonosis build, so it's going to be a very fine addition to my collection. Up next, we have a very expensive battle pack, set 75431, the 327 Star Corps Clone Troopers battle pack, 258 pieces, 45 USD. Oh my gosh, they are getting very expensive today. Very expensive. That's like a minor heart attack. And I don't even know if I'm going to even get this one on day one because of how expensive it is. It's just crazy. Now, there are some really good things about this set and some really bad things about this set. So, bad thing number one, too much. I think this is pushing $35 the most. $10 more seems way too crazy. The spider droid in this build, though, I think is actually an improvement. It actually looks really, really nice with all the larger head design, which I think looks a little more accurate to the spider droid in universe, so I think that's a plus. And then you have the 327 ATRT, which is definitely a lot smaller than the 2020 ATRT that came out in the Final First Battle Pack, which I think is actually an added bonus because I do think that one is a little too big, and I think it actually is a perfect size now. So For once, downscaling has gone in the LEGO favor. Now, some more bad things about this set. Where is the waist capes on every one of these clone troopers? We've been looking for waist capes in so many LEGO Star Wars clone troopers recently. You're going to see this come up 2 times more in this video I'm going to flip out about. But you also get 3 more super battle droids if you haven't got enough so far. So I think it's pretty nice. Probably going to be picking one of these up because I like to review every LEGO Star Wars set. But it's unfortunately that price tag is way too much money, just like the Ahsoka's fighter from earlier this year. Speaking of clone troopers I would love to buy, we have the Battle of Fallujah Separatist MTT with 976 pieces. Set retails for $160, and now the 2 $160 sets coming out on August 1st. I think this one's a done deal. Now, it is definitely going to be smaller than the 2007 MTT. I do not own any NTT, so this is going to be my first one. So I'm definitely going to be getting 1 or definitely 2 of these when they're out, because my Battle of Geonosis definitely needs 1 of these or 2 of these. It's just beautiful. I love that it's the Clone Wars color. This is probably my favorite set coming out, and it includes almost killer minifigures. First, we have Ayla Secura, and then we have Commander Bly, who does not have a waist cape. I'm going to have to be probably getting a bunch of waist capes when these sets come out. Pilot Battle Droid. Then we have 6 regular Battle Droids, which is a pretty cheesy number since I believe the 2007 one came out with 15, I think. So, but you also get a bunch of Commando Droids. And those Commando Droids are actually different. They're all in gunmetal gray, which is a interesting take on the minifigure. I don't know if it's for better or for worse. We'll have to find that out. But it is going to be a cool change. I do own a brown version of them, so it'll be nice to compare. And also the legs of these are also using the Super Battle Droid legs, so which is kind of interesting. Now, there's a lot of stickers on this set, like the Separatist logo on the side and on the eyes on the top. But that huge printed 8x8, or actually that could even be 10x10 dish is actually printed, which is really nice. I'm very happy LEGO's actually finally printing something, and this is going to be a stellar build. I'm very excited about it. It's going to look really cool alongside some of the other builds coming out later this year, so it's going to look nice. Very excited about it, but unfortunately that 160 might be a little too high for some folks, especially with that under 1,000 piece count, price per piece. Up next, we'll be going with that counterpart of that set. We have the 75413, the Republic Juggernaut, 813 pieces, including Galactic Marines. Woohoo! And then we have Ki-Adi-Mundi in the set, and also Commander Bakara, and a couple battle droids. So, really cool set. It's unfortunately kind of small. I think 160 should be more like 130 to 140 at the most. I think that 160 is just a little too much money, but you're going to get a really nice Ki-Adi-Mundi in this set. And you have Commander Bakara, which is looking pretty good. The only thing I'm concerned about with this figure is that it might look like a chipmunk with some nuts in his mouth. Have you ever seen like a chipmunk? You know what I'm talking about. If you have, they're like his cheeks are all puckered up. That might be the only bad thing about Commander Bly is that helmet. Actually, that would be probably the worst thing about Commander Bly if that whole helmet's screwed up. But then you have the Galactic Marines. This really should have been a UTAT, but we are getting Galactic Marines, so I guess that is a small plus, but unfortunately it's not a UTAT. I would have loved a couple UTATs in my collection. But where are the waist capes on these guys? It's crazy. Then looking at some of the images, you're going to notice that the interior is smaller than a popsicle stick. It is tiny. It's really nicely shaped, though. I think the designers did do good with the shaping. I am glad that they did do it the way they did. It's going to look all right. I am definitely going to get one of these and put it next to my 2022 ATTE. So that's going to look nice. And one thing with this image in particular, they actually are using sand blue in the wheels, which I think is crazy. I've never seen them use sand blue with Star Wars on this extent before. So we're going to have to see, does it look good or does it take away from the model? It's going to be very interesting to find that out. And our second to last set, we have the UCS ATST, given the set number 75417 with 1,513 pieces. Sets going to retail for $200 USD, and this looks like a modernized version of the 2006-2007 ATST UCS edition. Really cool. I actually really like this one. I'm definitely going to be getting this one once on a little bit of a discount, maybe next May 4th, because it looks so darn good. It just blows everything else out of the water. It looks really nice, and I think it's a great addition to the UCS lineup. You, of course, get the print display plaque. You also get a really nicely ATST driver pilot, really nice printing on him. I have noticed, though, that the size of this one is going to be slightly smaller than 2006, which is a little bit of a minus, even though this is retailing for, I believe, almost $120 more than the original, which is crazy. And if you do inflation on the 2007 one, that's about, I don't know, I think it was about 120. So that's an extra $80 in pricing increase. So it's going to be a cool thing. I'm excited to watch reviewers review this guy, but it's definitely not one we'll be picking up immediately, but one I'll be picking up in the future. So that is every LEGO Star Wars set that is coming out on August 1st, 2025, except for the buildable Ewok and K2SO. I've covered K2SO in a separate video. Any Ewok has not been officially revealed yet, but if you guys have seen the leaked images, he looks not the best. So not very hyped on that one, but there are many more sets to come for LEGO Star Wars throughout the rest of 2025. We have the Gingerbread actually AT-AT, and the UCS Death Star with its promo. Very excited about those sets. So that is it for this video, guys. I've talked for long enough. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you.